is the worst yet to come from the former FBI Director James Comey. As you know, this week he might have dodged a bullet about sharing information, emails and the like, reports that got a slap on the wrist, but no formal punishment for the Justice Department. Republican Congressman Mark Meadows says that a separate Justice Department investigation could be a little different for him. Take a look.
Here we are today with not only the director of the FBI willfully and deliberately breaking protocol. We now understand why Peter Strzok and Andrew McCabe thought that what they were doing was okay. The John Durham report coming out will be more damning than this, and this was not a good day for the FBI's former director.
All right, to former federal prosecutor Katie Cherkasky on all of this. It's the same IG Inspector General Horowitz who's handling this other matter. How is it distinct from the first?
Well, the second matter is going to deal with a lot of the issues with the FISA warrants that were obtained and that some members from the FBI, including Mr. Comey, signed off on, and whether they were truthful representations to the court. So that's the second issue that's being handled by the IG at this point.
So, Katie, the Justice Department didn't really do much to Comey outside of saying, you know, not good, we didn't like it. He was kind of fast and loose with this sort of stuff, but no formal punishment. I don't know what that punishment would be. But does that mean a lot depends on what's in this final report to warrant whether the justice would respond the same way, right?
Sure. And as disappointing as it might be to some people, the odds are that we're probably still in the realm of embarrassment over indictment, even for the FISA investigation. In my opinion, it would be very difficult, depending on the evidence, of course, to show that Mr. Comey blatantly lied to the court versus simply selectively disclose some information. So in order for the DOJ to pursue a prosecution for these violations, if that's what comes out in the report, they would have to have very clear-cut evidence of unlawful representations to the court.
All right, whether in this case it just passed or the other one that's pending, the whole FISA thing, going back to the beginning of the investigation, what triggered it, et cetera. When there is punishment or prosecution, what would it be?
Well, if the DOJ was going to bring actual charges against somebody, then that's a criminal sort of punishment. And that's what the DOJ considered doing with the disclosures of what was determined to be classified information. But they ultimately made the call that they didn't have enough to pursue criminal charges against Mr. Comey, probably because it was a very, very close call on some of the intent elements of the crimes that they would have to prove, and they weren't willing to risk an acquittal. So when they're looking at these recommendations from the IG for prosecution, they're looking to see if they can satisfy the standards under a criminal standard of proof. So with the second part of the report, they're going to do the same thing and analyze whether the evidence that's collected is enough for them to actually pursue criminal charges. Because as we know, even though Mr. Comey has been determined to have violated all these policies and procedures, he doesn't work for the FBI anymore. So practically speaking, there's really no consequence. The only option is a criminal prosecution if there is going to be anything at all.
But it's often in the eye of the beholder, right? If someone is going to charge you, let's say, with deliberately triggering an investigation based on false and information that you knew to be false, which is, again, provable on one side and maybe disputed by the other, there's
Sure.
no way that advances, right?
Well, there has to be some information that the prosecutors determine. It's always a judgment call. There's always going to be discretion in making those decisions, and that's what's difficult, because I think the DOJ doesn't want to take a case forward that could be a loss. And so they're going to want strong evidence. There could very well be strong evidence of blatant lies or blatant concealing of information to the court, and that's perjury, and that's a fraud upon the court, which is a crime. So that is something that could be the subject of prosecution, but I think practically speaking, it would be very unlikely that we'll have very, very black and white information of that. I think it's going to be something that's a very closer call, and the odds of an indictment coming from it, in my opinion, are fairly slim.
Interesting. Katie, thank you for taking the time.
Thanks, Neil.